Alright everyone, this is the final video for today. So we're going to move on from volume of cylinders to finding the volume of cones. The first thing I want to do is just talk about some of the similarities and differences between a cylinder and a cone. You can see that I have drawn here. The first main difference that I have is that cylinders, we have two circular bases, one on the top and one on the bottom. Where a cone, it comes to a point, just like a pyramid, so I only have one circular base, alright? But however, they do share the commonality of having a circular base, except cylinders have two, cones only have one. And then the other thing is that we have, for dimensions of a cylinder, we have radius and height that we use in our formula, and it just so happens that for the volume, find the volume of a cone, we use the same dimensions. Alright, so you're going to notice that the volume formulas for cylinders and cones are very similar. We already know for a cylinder, our volume is V equals pi r squared times h. For a cone, volume is going to equal pi r squared times h. And then we just have one added step. Notice that so far we have pi r squared times h for our cylinder, pi r squared times h for our cone, but the final thing that we have to do with the cone is actually divide it by 3. The reason for that is because the cone only has one circular base instead of two, a cone is 1/3 the size of the cylinder, meaning that I can fit, if I have the same radius and height of a cylinder and the same radius and height of a cone, I can fill 3 times as much into the volume of a cylinder than I could as a cone, if that makes sense. So a cone can hold 1/3 the volume of a cylinder if they have the same radius and height. So the great thing though, for volume of a cone, it's the same formula, pi r squared times the height. However, we have to divide by 3 because it's 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder. Alright, so I'm just going to practice 3 problems with you. You can follow along. And then what I'm going to have you do today for the assignment, you're going to go to IXL. I'm going to have a link for you. Again, I want you to practice at least 15 minutes or until you reach a score of 80%. So if you reach a score of 80% and it doesn't take 15 minutes, that's fine. If you work for 15 minutes and you don't reach a score of 80%, that is also okay. I just want you practicing. I don't want you to continue to practice if you have it. Okay, if you feel that you need more practice, and you've already reached the 15 minutes, you can continue on until you feel you're comfortable with today's new material. Alright, so without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple examples together. I have 3 examples I want us to look at. So I printed out a couple. So for number 1, looking at this cone, you'll notice that for 1, 2, and 3, all the cones are facing a different way. Sometimes they're upside down, sometimes they're facing to the right, even sometimes they're given to us as diagonals. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, just like with cylinders, we're going to ask ourselves, am I given the radius or the diameter? So for number 1, you'll notice that the line starts from the center and goes to a point of the circle, so we know that that's our radius, and they give us a height of 10. So for number 1, I'm going to write my new formula, volume of a cone, pi r squared times h divided by 3. And then we're just going to plug in everything they give us to find our volume. So I'm going to bring in v equals pi times my radius is 4 squared times my height, which is 10, and then divided by 3. So finding our order of operations, we're going to do our 4 squared first. So I have volume equals pi, 4 squared is 16, times 10, divided by 3. And at this point, what I like to do is see if I can divide either 16 or 10 by 3. It's easier sometimes just to divide one of our factors by 3 instead of multiplying everything and then dividing by 3, but sometimes it doesn't work out. Like this, 16 is not divisible by 3, 10 is not divisible by 3, meaning I can't get a whole number when I divide. So I'm going to multiply everything across on top and then divide it by 3. So I have volume equals, so the first thing I'm going to do on my calculator is just multiply pi 3.14 times 16 times 10 hit equals, and I get 502.4. So I have 502.4 on top divided by 3. And then in my calculator, I'm going to keep the answer that I already have just to save me from typing in more work or doing more work. I'm just going to hit divide. So that's 502.4 divided by 3. And we get a final answer. We're going to round to the nearest tenth. So I get 167. The 6 is going to round that 4 to a 5. So the volume is going to be 167.5, and my units are going to be meters cubed because we're looking for the volume of a cone. So again, we just have one added step when we're finding the volume of a cone compared to a cylinder. We're just dividing by 3 because the volume of a cone is the third the volume of a cylinder. All right, so we're going to look at number 2. So looking at number 2, you'll notice that we have a line going from one end of the circle all the way to the other through the center, which means we're given the diameter. So to turn this diameter into the radius, because we're looking for radius for our formula, we have to divide the diameter by 2. So 2 divided by 2, we all know is just going to give us 1. So I'm going to cross this out and make this 1 for my radius. So I have a radius of 1, and we know that our height here is 7. So I'm going to, for number 2, write my formula. Volume equals pi r squared times the height divided by 3. And plug in everything I have to find the volume. So we get V equals pi times 1 squared, my radius, times my height of 7. And we divide the entire thing by 3. So 1 squared we know is going to be 1. So the volume equals pi times 1, I'm just going to do pi times 7 divided by 3. So on top, with pi times 7, I'm going to do 3.14 times 7 equals, we get 21.98. I'm going to leave it like that for now. So V equals, bring down 21.98, and then the last step we have to do is divide that by 3. So again, I kept the answer in my calculator, so I'm just going to hit divide. So we have 21.98 divided by 3, and we get 7 rounding to the nearest tenth, it's going to be 7.3. So my volume is going to equal 7.3, and then my units are going to be centimeters cubed. And then our final one that we're going to look at is our cone that they gave us, which is diagonal. So looking at this, again, I have from the center, I'm going out to a point on the circle. So we know that this is the radius, which is what we want, and they give us a height this time of 15, and our units are going to be millimeters. So I'm going to leave this right up here. So for number 3, I'm going to write my formula. Volume equals pi r squared times our height divided by 3. And I'm going to plug in what they gave us. So we have V equals pi times the radius, which is 5, squared, times the height, which is 15, divided by 3. I'll move this out of the way here. I'll move my document camera up so we can see all the work. So the first thing we're going to do is 5 squared. So bring down volume equals pi times 5 squared is 25 times our 15, our height, divided by 3. Now the cool thing here is I don't need to multiply everything on the top and then divide by 3, because I can do this factor of 15 and I can simplify that by dividing by 3, which saves us a step. So 15 divided by 3, 3 becomes a 1. 15 divided by 3 becomes a 5. I'm just going to put a 5 above it. So now I have pi times 25 times 5 divided by 1. So really all I have to do now is, in my calculator, I'm going to do pi 3.14 times 25, and we divided 15 by 3 to get 5, so I'm just going to multiply by 5 and hit equals. So that gives us 392.5. And notice we turn this into a 1 by simplifying first before we multiply. So we have our volume. It's going to equal 392.5. And then we have millimeters cubed. And that's our answer. Alright, so today what I want you to do is you're going to practice this new skill. Alright, it's just one additional step for our cone, because the volume of a cone is 1/3 the volume of a cylinder, so we're just adding an additional step, dividing by 3. Alright, so make sure though that you're looking at your circular base. Make sure you determine if it's the diameter of the radius. If it's the radius, you just plug it into the formula. If you have the diameter, make sure you remember to divide by 2 first before you go to plug it into your formula. Okay, I hope this helps. Remember, practice on IXL today for at least 15 minutes or until you reach a score of 80% to get credit for today's work. Again, if you need any help, any additional problems or anything like that, reach out to me through the Remind app, and I'm here for you. All right, have a great day. Talk to you later.